Share. Okay, dope. So let's go ahead and remark Nas from scratch, right? This is what we're gonna try to do every Monday.
Order filled.
P's back there, order filled, order taken, order filled, order
Well,
taken.
I'm playing one, trading one to my account. I'm taking each trade on my account because I don't feel comfortable doing all three.
The trade of 8 thing yet?
Yeah.
Oh, you got 3 now?
Uh-huh.
All right, so squad, here's how we're gonna do this. We have our, let's go over to our 1 day, right? That's the time frame we want to start on. And very bullish week last week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candles, all bullish throughout the day. But we are now at a very, very pivotal point of return. I'm very interested to see what happens here because we have this gap here that filled in on the way down, right? This was a very large gap that we then started rejected off of it again. And throughout this consolidation, we broke below it, ultimately really just bringing us down to this zone here. Nothing really, nothing out of bounds. You can see this zone, right? Rejection, support, 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 support. And now we should have rejection coming from this zone here, which I do have my alert at 673. We've got another 70 points till we get there. We'll see how that plays. But let's just go ahead and redo how we do, right? So I'll go ahead and delete this. That was just to show you guys real quick. This I'm going to keep here because I like this zone. So we'll go boom, rejection, support. There's another one. Rejection, support, support, support. Anything over there? Yep. Daily time frame, rejection, support, support. Once again, rejection, support. Now we are right here. This is where we're currently trading. There's a rejection and a support. And you come up a little bit more. I'm going to need to do that on the lower time frames. Let's go down to our 4-hour. Find our supports and rejections. See another one right here. Rejection, rejection, support, 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 support again. And we see a support rejection right here. Rejection, support. Remember, these are high time frame movements. So all these supports and rejections, the distance between each other is 500-600 points. And that's why there is so many lines. You know, between 625 and 980, there's 360 points by itself just in this little area here. That's really all I'm seeing on the 4-hour. Let's go down to the 1. Tidy this up a little bit, see if we're missing anything. Support, 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 rejection. You know, it looks pretty good. Could make an argument for right here. Not really, though. It's pretty heavily broken. If anything, I would put it right here at this support, 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 and then almost came down and touched it, but same idea. Okay, let's go back to our candle charts now that we have that all set up like that. Start tying our moving back averages back in as we always do. We've got the 50, the 200, the 500, and the 250. Now, in an ideal world, your support or rejection area is going to be in line with a moving average. As you can see, we do have the 1-hour 50 very heavily crossed up right now. So I would still like to see bullish takeovers continue during the week. Now that I'm down to the 2-hour, I do see another support rejection area being right here. Well, at least it's been a rejection. It hasn't acted as much of a support. But I do like it because we do also have a conglomerate of moving averages in the same area. So I would maybe be looking to re-enter into a long position somewhere right around here, depending on market movement when we come here, but I will leave it here. So I will go ahead and put my alert. Buy interest at 19,361. See what happens when we get there. Looks like Nas is maybe not going to come back up and grab us on a sell up here. We need some sort of 100-point push, but that's okay because I would prefer taking a long in this area. As we were long all week last week. But that is also going to take a minute to get down there. We've got another 200 points till we get there. So I don't see any plays that I'm going to take on Nas right now unless we get a random push up. This area for me is not strong enough to feel like I want to put my money into it. And you can see Nas is some rejection here off the top. Never got a good entry on it. Never got any type of entry that I would have taken. I would have waited at least until this top here. And I mean, we still came 40 points below that. So it would have never made sense for my risk plan. But see what it does. It's probably gonna have a little rejection right here. If you want to continue long, this isn't gonna be a horrible place for a re-entry either. But the fact that it's Monday morning, I haven't seen any type of real proof yet. If you're gonna take this, keep your risk very small. I could see an entry between 537 and 506 for like a 1-to-1, you know. I really prefer my Tuesdays and Thursdays, or Tuesdays and Wednesdays, excuse me, to kind of at least let Monday do a little something. The only trade I've already traded 5 days on this account, so I'm probably not going to be taking anything today unless, like I said, one of my alerts gets hit. But if you're looking to enter something, this is not going to be a bad Nas long scalp either. You're coming off the 500 moving average. You've got a bit of a zone going here, and go ahead and see if we got a little bit of a. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the fib, and I'm gonna go upwards with the fib because we did have such a bullish week last week. Yeah, no real fib level, but we do have a fib level exactly. Excuse me. I could have sworn I just seen a fucking fib level here. Interesting. No real fib level, no real any reason to take this trade other than if you're looking for a trade, you know, I would just keep your risk very small. For instance, like I'll take it just in case you guys are gonna take it. I'll go like really, really small risk though. I'm gonna do Nas micro risk 250. Shit, it's already 20 points from the moving average. Well, if you got in, right? I said get in off this 500 moving average. You already be running 20 points. I was a little late on it. I wanted to lower my risk tolerance on that. Mondays, I'm not feeling particularly risky. And we got the 15 moving average. Yeah, this could be a decent point of rejection, at least for a while. Anything on the 1 minute? No. We got this bottom here, though. Well, if we come back down to touch this moving average, I will possibly jump in. But as far as Nas really, really goes for the week, first and foremost, I'm extremely not excited, but interested to see what happens from here because this is just a very, very important zone on the higher time frame. And what I mean by that is this zone right here. Anytime, okay, so let's put it like this. We came up to it and we gapped above it. Now on the way down, the rejection is huge coming from here, right? We're going from 768 to 271. So let's call it 278 for now. 768, 278. That's a 500-point rejection. We come back down, retest it. And on the second retest, we run from 19,812 to 2980. So that's 1,000-point rejection here. Now on the way down, we reject again. Then we break through, right? Here's a clear indicative breakthrough of this entire zone. We come back up, we retest said zone, and look at that just absolute melt from this zone, right? The melt being right here. So this zone in and of itself is extremely important. We break above this zone again, I'm very confident in all my buys once again. If we resist here and break back down, now we have somewhat of a real downtrend going on, right? Even though we came all the way back up and retested from this zone, if we melt from here again, I could easily see this zone breaking. But we're just gonna have to see what news does this week. You know, there's no real way of knowing until we see what's gonna happen. If you did happen to enter that Nas trade off of that 500 moving average, you're golden right now. You're running real nice. Running about 50 points. As I said, I was just trying to lower my risk on it. With it being a Monday, I wanted to go down to micros and really change my risk tolerance here. So yeah, as far as Nas goes for the week, I just really want to see what happens here at this kind of top. Oh, you know what? I'm on micro. That's why my charts look all different. Let me go back to regular Nas. Yaga, there we go. Really want to see what happens right around this area. 19,682. That's where I've got my alert. I will take a sell if we come up here. But this whole area here in general is extremely important. We break this, buys are looking beautiful. We don't, and we shoot back down, sells are looking beautiful. It's just a very important area for me, at least, to monitor what happens. And like I said, we don't have any news until the end of the week. I believe I said Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? Tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, FOMC, Thursday, unemployment and PMI. And then Friday, we've got Fed Chair Powell speaking, which is usually the craziest one. So it is going to be a volatile week. PZ sold US. Are you? Sold over 10 minutes ago. There's a huge green candle.
Yeah. On 3 accounts. 2 of them are in profit. One of them's like a little bit even.
Yeah, Nas going. You're up. You took Nas right when right when it was called. You're up about 70 points off this buy. So good Monday if you took it. Good Monday if you're here. Good Monday if you showed up. Good Monday if you're paying attention. Good Monday if you didn't. Well, if you didn't, then you didn't. But also, US 30 running right around where PZ called the entry. Maybe about 20, 30 points off, but we know how quick that happens on US 30. So if you haven't taken this yet, I haven't seen P's screen, but I'm gonna assume if you're gonna enter something like this. So he's in exactly where we are right now. If you were to enter this, I would probably have Jesus, my stop loss would have to be above these wicks. Yeah, what I see is a break of this top right here, and my stop loss would have to be this fib level, which is 120 points from here. So you guys are gonna have to, well, I guess you could put stops potentially above this consolidation here. So if you were to put stops above this consolidation, which is where it looks exactly like it rejected, you might get away with a stop right around here at 970. Yeah. So yeah, good Monday if you took any of those trades. PUS 30 sell, 40 Nas buy. This thing will probably run back up into this zone. So let's just go over again what I did this morning on this Zoomy Zoom. I have it recorded. So marked our daily support and rejections, right? Very simple. We always do it. Let me turn off my moving averages so that it looks a little bit cleaner for you guys. Here's our daily support and rejection areas. We've got 17. I'm not going to read them all out. There's like 7 of them. Nobody wants to hear me do that. You guys can see the lines, see the vibes. We've got our daily support and rejections. We're not going to worry about marking all this up until we get down here. We're currently up here. So right now we have this marked. Go to our 4-hour. Same idea. And this is where we are. So these are the zones I have marked. If we come down here, I will mark these zones. It just doesn't need to be done unless we come back down. Let's go over to our 1 hour and let's start plugging in our moving averages. We've got the 50, the 200, the 500, and the 250. Now, that's what made me create this zone here, right? Created this zone, 50 moving average. We are on a very bullish trend as of last week. However, we are at this ultimate top that it needs to break for it to really continue bullish. Then we went ahead and called a buy right here off this 500 moving average on the 5-minute, which also lines up with our zone, our 50 moving average zone on the 1 hour. That's running 50 points. And yeah, really simple, guys. I'm truly waiting for this alert here to hit, and then I'm going to start really looking at how the market is moving for sells. Because even though we were bullish last week, it's really like weird, right? It's not weird per se, because these markets are never going to do exactly what they're supposed to do. But here's how I'm kind of looking at the markets right now, right? If I zoom out far enough, we have been bullish, bullish, bullish. Well, since kind of forever, because it's Nas, and Nas has never really had like a crazy bearish momentum, except for the end of November 21 right here. You can see this whole thing down. But since then, all it's really been is climb, 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 rejection, rejection, climb, 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 rejection, rejection, climb, climb, climb. And now we had this very large retest as of, this was 2 weeks ago, right? Here we've got 7 candles. Here we've got another 7. Here we got another 7. So this whole downtrend, quote unquote, started July 11th. That's when we peaked, was right here, July 11th of this year. And then we started shooting down. From July 11th until August 5th, it was all pretty much downward momentum. Then we came down to this bottom here, right? The same bottom. Here's a bottom, here's a bottom, here's a bottom. And since that bottom, we haven't had really any red candles except for this indecisive candle here. So from August 5th until now, August 19th, we have kind of switched back into an uptrend. So overall, we're in an uptrend, because I remember saying 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks, no, about 2 weeks ago, that unless we break this zone here, unless this zone gets clearly, clearly broken, we're not really on a downtrend. We're just on like a crazy kind of retest, right? But the trend never really switched. We had a week of a downtrend, sure, but the overall trend is still up because this zone did not break. And until this zone breaks and we come down and really start pushing down below these levels, it's hard to call it a downtrend. At the very least, this zone would have had to break and we would have had to come over here for it to be considered a downtrend. Now, we had 2 weeks of downward pressure, 1 week of upward pressure. And that's why I'm saying this zone to me is so important. If we break this zone on the way up, we're clearly up again. If we reject here, how we did here, then it's really going to come down to what happens around here. But as of right now, that's thousands of points. You know, this is 2,300 points away from this zone. So we're not going to see that this week. I would highly, highly doubt that we're going to see that play this week. That's a very large play.
It's a very large.
Pause.
Just instant shit.
Pause. Anyway, Nas going crazy. Got almost 100 points off Nas if you took that buy.
About 150 points now.
It was 30, well, 50 points.
Oh.
You said 4,900. It's at 850.
Oh, I'm looking at my fucking 4x1
Derp. Blah. Yeah, shit. As far as that goes, guys, this is gonna be it's just gonna be interesting to see what happens around this area. I'm still looking for the Nas sell at 16 or at 19,683. This buy is running beautiful. I would at least start protecting your position or pulling partials. The only really thing that's gonna stop me from potentially not taking this sell is that I have 0 moving averages up here. Absolutely nothing on no time frames. All my higher time frame moving averages are below me. My 1 day is below me. Everything is below me. Maybe the 1 week, but I highly doubt that. That's going to be below me as well. And that's going to make it difficult for me to justify a sell. But chances are when we come up to this zone. So what I would like to see happen, I would like to see us push into this zone. Not this entire zone here. Sorry, guys. This zone is way too big. That's not what we were going for here. I just drew this to show you guys this gap. Let me get rid of this. What I would like to see is a push into this zone, right? Top of this wick right here is the zone for me. So that gives us from 680 to around 725, same zone we marked at the beginning of the Zoom. And I'd like to start seeing some consolidation when we get around here. And then I'd like to see some moving averages come into play. But that's a waiting game. And yeah, it's just a waiting game. US 30, I would definitely protect your position because we did break this consolidation 5-minute top here. Came back down, retested these moving averages, and now it looks like we are starting to shoot up again on the 5-minute. Be interesting to see how the 1 hour closes. We do have a bullish 1 hour at the moment with the wick coming down. So yeah, make sure to mark your zones, guys. Set your alerts. I have my alert set for 19,686. Ultimate buy alert set for 19,360. If you took this buy, you're in this buy, and you should be, good to go, at least until up here. We got this 1 minute sucking up hard pause. And that's really it for today. That's all I see going on. We're just at a very crucial point of we need to break this or we need to see a crazy rejection from here. So any questions, comments, or concerns on this beautiful Monday? I do believe PZ will be on in an hour. Fucking Zoom sucks. It never goes back to meeting. And check up here. Anything in the chat? No. If you guys got any questions, I will give you 1.5 minutes to ask them. If there's nothing, I'm going to upload this to the YouTube so that everyone can have their zones. Bada bing, bada boom. Thank you, brother. Thank you back. Bless you. All right. You got 3 sneezes, then you need to get it together. Zoom out for you guys. This guy. Fucking sneezy, snuffly, snuffleupagus. Here are our zones. I will just screenshot that real quick, drop it in the Discord with 0 explanation because either you were on the Zoom or you weren't. And that's where we are. All right. I will see you guys in the Discord. PZ will be on in an hour. Have a beautiful, you know what? Have the Monday you deserve. I don't know what type of Monday you deserve. You might have done some bullshit over the weekend. I don't know what you deserve, so I can't tell you to have a good one. I can just tell you to have the day you deserve. You hired me. Peace.